So our agenda for the day is about a 3-hour learning session. That can be a little bit shorter depending on how many questions we go through as we talk in this next few hours. I just ask that everybody shows mutual respect for everybody's contributions, their questions, if they want to share something. You can definitely use your laptop to put questions in the chat if you're uncomfortable or can't unmute yourself. That's fine too. And I think in about an hour and a half, we'll take a little bit of a break. So does everybody want to take a minute and introduce themselves and how long they've been in real estate?
Allison, do you just want us to speak up?
Yeah, that's probably, just go ahead and speak up, and if it becomes an issue with talking over each other, we'll adjust it a little bit, but there's not too many people, so I think it would be okay. So Mary, why don't you start us off and kind of share a little bit about how long you've been in real estate?
Hi, guys. So my name is Mary Hambleton. I own and operate Soul Canyon Training and Development. After a 20-year hiatus from real estate, I decided to join real estate again and chose Keller Williams because of their education and their team atmosphere. So I got licensed in December and looking forward to kicking off January. That's my inaugural journey back into real estate.
Nice. Phil, what about you?
Yeah, hi. My name is Phil. I am in a little bit of a transition time in my career. I have been a buy and hold investor for close to 2 decades now, and would like to get into full-time real estate full-time. So I am doing about 50 hours into my online ed training to get my license, and I think Jordan referred me to this meeting. So I didn't know it was 3 hours. I might have to leave around 2, but
Okay. We'll try to get as much in before then as possible.
Okay.
Okay, and Cassie, do you want to share?
I was licensed late September, came on to Keller Williams later September. I've been wanting to get into real estate for about 5 years before that. But life is busy. But it finally happened for me.
Good. Jordan? Or Ryan, do you feel like sharing? Okay, well, I will just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the productivity coach here in Southern Oregon. My name is Allison Evans. I've been doing real estate for about 10 years, and I look forward to working with all of you to get to know you and help grow your businesses. So as we go into today, we will be going over a little bit of, I'm going to do my best to work with your notebooks, and hopefully everybody has an Ignite notebook. If you don't, that's okay. You can take notes however works for you. But throughout Ignite, we'll go through becoming a real estate expert. That's kind of days 1 through 4. Lead generation will be days 5 through 9. Lead follow-up will be days 10 through 13. And transactions will be covered days 14 to 20. So if you miss any of these classes, we do run this program 3 times a year. So you can always find the next round and get the classes you missed in. By the end of the Ignite, you'll be on the path to being your real estate expert of choice. We will be creating a robust value proposition for your business. We'll be developing a lead generation system with lead generation models that come from the best-selling book from Keller Williams founder and ex-chairman Gary Keller. If you haven't read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, which we often say MREA here in the office, I highly suggest it. And if you need a copy, we can definitely get you a copy. We will be establishing a lead follow-up system so that we can make sure that we are on either KW touch plans or following up with the people that you plan on working with and getting referrals from. Practicing and perfecting the steps of real real estate transactions to get a successful close and get paid. So getting the clients a great start, but keeping the client and getting them to their closing date and getting a paycheck is also a great thing to make happen. The goals are to end Ignite with one or more appointments to begin the process of working with a buyer or seller, to buy or sell a home and develop successful habits that will help your real estate career. And if you guys have any questions, I talk fast sometimes, so feel free to jump in there. So today we begin with, I'm sorry, my slide did not click over for me. There we go. Today we begin with the real estate expert of choice. These 4 lessons will set you on your path with direction, clarity, and hopefully enthusiasm. And we will spark your career, get acquainted with Keller Williams, and ignite at a high level. Sorry. You will apply the KW culture and your market centers culture into the way you interact and engage with others. And we'll tap into all the resources KW has to offer. We'll create a vision and a future set goals so that we can start working on them. So today's a little bit longer than the other classes. The other classes run about 2 hours, but because this is the first one, it takes a little bit longer. So we will be prepared to start working your daily success system tomorrow. So Ignite instills in all of us a new way of thinking. It's all about having a success mindset with no doubts. Today, we'll talk about an unlimited mindset fueled by the 6 personal perspectives, KW culture, the value of working with KW and your market center, and KW resources that will set you up for success, your career, your vision, and your daily success system that is going to supercharge your business throughout Ignite and beyond. Anyone can do it, not everyone will. Will you? This is a Gary Keller quote, and his team published books. His team has published books, and Gary Keller is the co-founder and executive chairman of Keller Williams Realty and one of the most influential people in the world in real estate. He really stands up for his agents. This quote expresses something that's so true about real estate. Real estate is a wonderful business and one where you can make a lot of money, run your own successful enterprise, and achieve your biggest dreams. And as the quote says, anyone can do it. Not everyone will you? Who would like to share your thoughts on this quote? Anybody? Okay. Well, I trust by the end of Ignite, you'll be lit up with possibilities of your own success and see your future in the career you'd like. So we would like to know the key to success and abundance. It's the 6 personal perspectives. These are the ways successful people who become before us think and approach problems or challenges. It's the mindset of success. These came about from Gary Keller researching successful people in all fields and asking this question: what is it that differentiates those who achieve at the highest level from those who don't seem to accomplish as much? From the answers he discovered, these common perspectives, they work in unison and they do not stand alone. They work most effectively in the order shown. Embracing and committing to all 6 perspectives will help you achieve success in your life. So we commit to self-mastery as step number 1. Commit to the 80-20 principle. So that is the principle, and we go over this a little more, but it's 20% of the work gets you 80% of the results. We move from entrepreneurial to purposeful. We make being learning-based the foundation of your action plan. We remove your limiting beliefs, and we are accountable. Sorry, guys, my slides are not always cooperating with me today. There we go. So the first perspective that all high achievers share is the commitment to self-mastery. Notice it's not commit to mastery, it's commit to self-mastery. And what's the difference there? Self-mastery is the possession of great knowledge, skills, and habits that make you the master of you. Number 1 is knowing your goals. Number 2 is knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Number 3 is know how to work with both your strengths and weaknesses to seek and master the necessary knowledge, skills, and habits to reach your goal. Throughout Ignite, you'll be acquiring the skills and developing habits to be successful moving forward to self-mastery. Are you committed to self-mastery? That is, are you committed to knowing your goals and weaknesses? Are you committed to acquiring the knowledge, skills, and habits to be successful in your business? I know sometimes answering these questions out loud in a group can be a challenge, so you can definitely write in your notebook how you feel on the scale of being committed to self-mastery and where you want to be. I really believe that all of you have kind of answered these questions for yourself today by showing up to this education and wanting to build your career bigger in the life by design. So then the second perspective is commit to the 80-20 principle. The idea that 20% of your actions will lead to 80% of your results may be one of the most powerful principles you can apply to your life. It's about getting the most out of your time and effort, and it's about maximizing your results. It's about having focus, and you will sometimes hear the 20% activities described as big rocks or the one thing, or your dollar productive activities. What would you guess is the most dollar productive activity in real estate? No guesses?
One-on-one
leads.
personal. Well, go ahead, Phil.
Oh, no, go for it.
One-on-one interaction.
That
Like
is very
calls and talking to real people.
Yep, that's along the same lines. Phil, what were you going to say?
No, yeah, I think, yeah, one-on-one in person.
Okay, so the highest dollar productive activity in real estate is lead generation. So when you commit to this, you'll make more money, you'll have more time with your friends and family, be more organized. So all of that sounds pretty great to me. So lead generation is number one. The third perspective that top performers recognize and understand is how to move from being E, which is entrepreneurial, to P, purposeful. Oh, I had another person join. All of us can attain a certain level of success utilizing our natural abilities. We can also expect to hit a ceiling at some point. For example, let's say as a kid, we got really good at cartwheels and flips. Did having the natural ability to do that help us perform in the circus? Most likely the answer is no. You'll need to practice and work with a coach for some time before you could perform for the circus. So likewise, we all hit a ceiling of achievement by relying on our natural abilities alone. And the way to break through the ceiling of achievement is to get purposeful. What does it mean to get purposeful? It means focusing on the models and systems that organize you and your tasks into the most efficient and effective endeavor possible. A great thing about Keller Williams is we have these models and systems that have already been honed in and established, and they're available for you to use. Does anyone have an example of a time that they reached a ceiling of achievement in their life that they'd like to share? It's okay if not, but previous to being in real estate, I was in grocery management. And I felt like once you got to that top position of managing and coaching, there wasn't anywhere else to go. So that felt, for me, when I think about my career ceilings, that was kind of one of those times in my life. Many people who've left a salaried job for a career in business and real estate say they hit a ceiling in how far they were promoted or how much they were paid. High achievers are always looking for a purposeful way. By doing this, they break through the ceiling of their natural behavior. Wouldn't you like to achieve success and break through that ceiling for yourself? How about living a larger life? Ignite is not only designed to help you start your business, it helps you grow your business. Ignite will help you move from entrepreneurial to purposeful with mindset, models, systems, and breakthroughs. The fourth perspective is a very obvious one, and one you're already doing by being here today is by being learning based. A learning based individual appreciates learning for their own improvement. They know that they know there's always more to know. That's a hard sentence to get out, but an individual who does not appreciate learning is what is referred to as ignorance based. They know what they know and ignore everything else. Training and education are a big part of moving forward to attain goals and succeed at a high level. Learning-based individuals have made the decision to use effective learning as the foundation piece for their action plan to develop life. Training and education, oh, sorry guys, Ignite is just the start of your learning-based individual. You'll learn more about opportunities available at Keller Williams for your education. I'm neither especially clever nor especially gifted. I'm only very, very curious. Albert Einstein, who was undoubtedly a learning-based individual, said that quote. Being learning-based means staying curious and eager to learn more. Real estate's a great place for that because there's always something to learn. The fifth perspective is removing your own limiting beliefs. High achievers remove beliefs that hold them back. What are limiting beliefs? They are thoughts and mindsets that limit you personally. Like the ones on this slide. I don't have time for training. I can't be successful in this market. I can't devote 3 hours a day to lead generation. We all have limiting beliefs, and it's best to recognize them and change them. For example, are any of these thoughts in your head? I have to be an expert and know everything before I can begin business. I'm not valid yet. I don't know how I can achieve a profit goal that will fund my life this year. I don't feel comfortable talking to people about real estate, or the business will come to me naturally. I don't need to lead generation. In order to successfully develop at a higher level, you must clear your mind of limiting beliefs first and turn them into action. So we do have the Reframe Your Limiting Beliefs activity in the guidebook. How many of you have the guidebook in front of you? Okay, Mary. Okay, well, we can take a couple minutes to do that. So if you don't have the book, you can write down a limiting belief and then you write down how you change that into an action plan or an action statement. So one example is I have to be an expert at everything before I can begin my business. I'm not valid yet. And then you can change that to I'm eager and confident to start my business now and learn along the way. So we'll take a few minutes and everybody can write down a limiting belief and a way to rephrase that to make it more action-based. We'll just take one more minute. Okay, would anybody like to share? If not, that's okay. We can just move on as long as you have it figured out for yourself. So,
Oh, you guys, it's hard to be a trainer and talk to people who won't interact.
it is a little bit. Mary, would you like to share?
I'll help you, Allison.
Thank you.
I've been in your shoes. Let's see. I can't devote time each day to lead generation. Just do the steps. Set aside the time and build the systems, and the systems will work for you.
Yes, that's a great.
How's that one?
That's a great one. And it's all about that shift in perspective of making the time if it matters and it's important to you. Somebody told me once, instead of saying I don't have time, say that's not a priority for me. And it definitely changes the way you utilize your time and what's important, because saying that's not a priority for me, when it comes to lead generation, kind of shows how seriously you're taking your business. So that's important to think about. Did anyone else want to share?
Yeah, me.
Okay, perfect.
I need to be more confidence. I need to cross the line of my shyness and go outside and talk to people. My shyness is killing me.
Mm-hmm.
A fear inside me that, oh, that would be rejected, that someone will rejected me, someone will hang up the phone on my face. So that killing.
Well, and that does happen in real estate. People will sometimes say, no, thank you, or I'm working with somebody, or, you always get you can get those responses where they just hang up on you. But I always say, be brave for 5 seconds. So open the conversation, be brave for 5 seconds. And by the time that 5 seconds is up, you are right where you need to be of like communicating with a person, or somebody hangs up on you and you get to move on to the next person. Your shyness is definitely something you can conquer with practice and working through that, and just really challenge yourself that if 3 hours is a lot for you to take at first, build your way up to it. Start with an hour, start with half an hour, because lead generation is so important, and limiting yourself and having those negative self-beliefs about I'm too shy. I know some agents that are so introverted, and they make it work in different ways. They'll get an online presence, or they'll send emails, or they'll send texts versus having to face-to-face call. And if you can make it work for you, then that's a great place to start. Or if you get a buddy and practice some Keller Williams scripts, that's also helpful, because then you have that in your repertoire and you're used to speaking as a real estate agent. So if you ever need script practice, I can hook you up with somebody that would practice scripts with you before you make those calls. So let me know. So we'll go on to the be accountable slide here. And the 6th and last perspective is about being accountable. So what does being accountable mean to you? Does anyone have something they'd like to share about accountability? Mary?
I do.
Have you seen the video of the people that are stuck on the escalator? It is hilarious. So the escalator breaks down and they stand there and they wait for somebody to help fix it.
Okay.
I mean, I think so many times we go through life doing that, right? We're waiting for somebody else to fix it, or it's too hard or whatever. And we don't take responsibility for our own well-being.
Right. You see that quote all over, Facebook, nobody's coming to save you, save yourself kind of thing. And then
For me, what I do for accountability is my husband works 12 hours a day, and I go over what I did for that day, whether it was training, and I tell him in detail, and I like to discuss with him what it is that I picked up and learned. As an example, I'll tell him that at 10 this morning, I had a conversation with a lender, and what I learned about the VA loans and the 5% down for the 2 to 4 residents. And that kind of makes me know, hey, he's going out and busting his rear I've got to be able to tell him what I did to contribute.
Yes, and having an accountability partner, whether it's a spouse or another person in the PC program, that can make a huge difference because it's somebody you're checking in with to make sure you're taking the steps every day. So that's great, Cassie. That's really, really cool that your husband does that. So accountability is first and foremost an attitude and an approach to your entire life. Accountability is a tool for continually changing the result in your life in those areas that matter most, your 20%. A person who is accountable for 20% says, I own life in certain areas, I want to continually improve my results. I will be purposeful and I will be learning based to continue improving. Ignite will provide you with the tools to develop and cultivate your accountability to be successful. What are some ways that you're accountable right now? I feel like we just kind of covered that with Cassie. Is there anybody else that would like to share, or would we like to move on? Okay, we'll just move on. Remember, you can reach the highest level of achievement in business and life by adopting all 6 of those perspectives. Happiness is not an individual sport. This quote is about happiness, and yet it applies to business as well. Your business success is not an individual sport. As Gary Keller has learned, no one succeeds alone. This quote comes from Sean Acker, who pioneered the research that reveals happy humans are more productive, creative, and better at problem solving, and even healthier and less stressed. Would you agree that these outcomes lead to better business and success? Embrace being accountable, find a mentor, a coach, or partner to help you be accountable and happy. Your PC coaches are here to help you find an accountability partner, to be an accountability partner. We're here to support you. So does anyone have any ahas from this first section? You'll notice throughout Ignite we'll share ahas because they're powerful and meaningful insights that come from the reflection of experiences we're having. When we share them out loud, we further strengthen and empower the aha, and we help fellow participants have powerful ahas as well. Let's hear from a few of you with your ahas about the 6 perspectives if you are open to sharing. No one? Okay. It's important to understand that your success in this business is not all about getting paid. For helping people buy or sell a house, it's about your mindset, your beliefs, and your commitment to being the very best you can. To learn more about the 6 personal perspectives, you can view videos on the KW online learning channel called Connect Live. You can easily access Connect Live, and there's a link on the slide or on the page that I can send you if you'd like. So feel free to email me for that link. You'll get a chance to experience all the learning that's available in the short videos at no cost. Keller Williams is big on mindset. KW is big on models and systems based on the proven success strategies of those who found success before. Our job is to take advantage of the collective wisdom so we can be highly successful as well and make this your chosen career for life. Now let's see how KW culture will power you through your career. There is an entire page devoted to culture on Connect Our Company Internet of resources available to all of you. In fact, culture is the #1 reason people stay at Keller Williams. Today, we'll focus on a few elements of culture: the MVVBP, Red Day, KW Cares, and KW Kids Can. Culture is very big for us here at Keller Williams. So the MVVBP stands for mission, vision, values, beliefs, and perspectives. Today we're going to take a minute to look at the mission and beliefs of KW. Our mission is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. So Ignite focuses on helping build careers worth having. Of course, the intention is to build businesses worth owning as well. Many KW agents have built businesses worth owning and are living the great life that they envisioned for themselves. Many KW agents have grown to the point where they are achieving fulfillment by providing experiences for others and laying foundations for legacies worth living. By the end of Ignite, we'll revisit the mission and explore your thoughts on a life worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Gary Keller once said, at first, he started out saying, make $1 million, you're successful. He then changed it to give away $1 million and you're considered successful. So that experiences worth giving is very important to me. That's the one that stands out the most. So part of the MVVBP is the beliefs. We call them Y4C2Ts. All Keller Williams associates agree to abide by those beliefs because it's the right thing to do. Win-win or no deal. So we want both sides to feel like they've won. Integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first. We're representing them. That's what we're here to do. Commitment in all things. Communication, seek first to understand. You'll often hear us say, can I ask a clarifying question? Because we want to understand. Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity, opportunities for all. Success results through people. Let's discuss E for equity for a minute. Passed in 1968, the Fair Housing Act made it illegal to discriminate concerning the sale, rental, and financing of housing based on race, religion, national origin, color, gender identity, and sexual orientation. This law was expanded to prohibit discrimination based on disability or family status in 1988. The National Association of Realtors reminds us that we are stewards of the rights of all to own, use, and transfer property, that we must protect the free market that depends on equal opportunity. We all must hold ourselves responsible to protect housing rights in our country. In addition, being open to diverse clients and their needs is just good business. Throughout Ignite, we'll present more about how equity, diversity, and inclusion can benefit your business. Learn more from KW's classes, The Color of Real Estate, Unconsciousness Bias, and Agent of Distinction. Learn more about these diversity, equity, inclusions on Connect. So KW Connect has Keller University, and all these classes can be found there for free. So in your guide, you have a pick a belief and detail in a sentence how you will embody that belief in your real estate work. So if you want to take a minute and pick one of these beliefs and think about how you'd embody it, and then if somebody would like to share, feel free to jump on and share. We'll just take a few minutes to do that. Mary, would you like to share?
Sure. One of the beliefs and one of the core values of mine is teamwork, where everybody wins. And so by partnering with other agents to help them sell their listings, to help them by hosting open houses for them, by offering joint trainings with them, basically helping other people become successful, you become successful.
Perfect. That's great. I like that answer. So more culture is represented in these KW organizations. Has anyone heard of any of these? Yeah. Red Day is probably the most common one that you've heard of. Red Day began in 2009 and stands for Renew, Energize, and Donate. It's a day of pouring into our communities across the globe and occurs on the second Thursday of May each year. We've built homes from the ground up. We have gathered and distributed food to those who need it, organized relief efforts when natural disasters hit, and spread joy and raised funds as only KW can when life takes an unexpected turn. So a red day that we did last year is we went across the street and cleaned up the park, which was a big job. And we spent the day out there just cleaning and helping beautify that property. And that was a great day. And then this year, we haven't decided what project we're going to do, but if you have ideas or thoughts, you can get in touch with the ALC, our leadership board, and share those with us so that we can decide what our agents want to do for Red Day this year, which is in May. So get those ideas rolling if you have any. KW Cares is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to serving KW associates and their qualifying family members experiencing hardship as a result of a sudden emergency. KW Cares provides financial grants and aids when these unforeseen emergencies occur and has given millions in support to their agents. KW Kids is also a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to empowering young adults to unlock their greatest potential through self-development events, coaching, and scholarships. You can donate to or get involved with any of these cultural organizations. Does anybody have an aha they'd like to share? Just about Keller Williams and how we give back to the community, or any questions? Okay, we'll move on to the next slide then. In this section, we're going to talk about how Keller Williams is a global company and your local market center, how they provide value to you and your clients. Since 1983, Keller Williams has cultivated an agent-centric, technology-driven, and education-based culture that rewards agents as stakeholders. Keller Williams is the world's largest global real estate franchise by agent count and has more than 1,100 offices and 200,000 associates. KW is also #1 in units and sales volume in the United States and at the forefront of technology training and culture. KWX is the holding company for Keller Williams and is composed of Keller Williams Worldwide, Keller Manage, Keller Offers, and Keller Home Financial Services, consisting of Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered, all of which are designed to serve you, the agent, and your clients. So these statistics are from 2021. I haven't got the updated ones on here yet. I apologize for that. But then we were top franchise for veterans and top female-friendly company, top 500 franchises in 2022, world's best employer, America's best customer service experience, America's best employers for women and new grads, and best employers for diversity. How does being a part of KW benefit you and your customers? We offer the services of Keller Mortgage, Keller Covered, and Keller Offers to the people you know. We use these statistics to express our value to the potential clients as needed. We share these statistics with agents from other companies who consider great candidates to join KW. And we share these statistics with those who express interest in joining the real estate agency, because it's important that the company you work for aligns with your beliefs. So we have KW global reach in 50 regions, and how agents can expand throughout their market center is we have a referral program. So say you have a relative that's moving in North Carolina and you want to get a referral fee on that. In KW Command, you can find an agent and see if they're a match for your client, and then send your client to them to get that referral done. Having this huge network that's at your fingertips is such a benefit because it allows you to connect with agents in other states and areas and create a referral network. Later, we'll discuss your ability to give and receive referrals and how easily you can connect with all the KW associates across the globe. So Keller Williams is known for its stellar coaching and training, having earned top awards from training magazines over 4 years to enter their exclusive Hall of Fame. KW recognizes the importance and value of training like this Ignite course and coaching programs like Bold that many agents can take twice a year. Training is offered in several ways to make it as accessible as possible. You may have access content on both Connect, our intranet website, and Connect Live, our live and on-demand video library. Accessible from Connect. So that's all in your KW Command app. Short videos are offered live daily on Connect Live, and there's a complete on-demand library that comprises hundreds of hours of market of the moment training by the best in the business. There are 2 big annual events for training, coaching, and networking that you can attend. Family Reunion happens over several days in February. This year it's in Las Vegas, and Tony Robbins is speaking at our family reunion. So that's pretty cool and exciting speaker. And Mega Camp that happens over several days in August. So think back to the 6 personal perspectives and which one applies to the category, of value. Make learning-based the foundation of your action plan. So sometimes when you're not, working with a client and you're not as busy, it's great to get on that Keller Williams University and take a class or learn about something you're interested in that you can then share with a client when the time is right. How would you like a personal assistant that would stay connected with your clients and potential calls, remind you of deadlines, appointments, and who to connect with each day? They track the progress of your deal in real time, project your income at no extra cost to you. Would that be awesome? Well, you already have it with our KW technology. KW believes that technology exists to simplify everyday life, making room for what truly matters and giving you the freedom to be more human and more present. If you've explored Command already, how would you describe it? Is anyone Command savvy and want to share with your experience? No. Well, if you do need Command support, Brittany and I are happy to have you in office and go over Command and how you can utilize it with your contacts to make life easier so you can be more present. It's your database of names and contact information, like the contacts in your phone, and with a lot more information. You have a goal tracker. You enter your goals for yourself for the month and year, and it will track your activities, conversion rates, and projected income. So it really figures it all out for you. You have a task manager to track all the things that you are committed to completing. So it will remind you to send texts, emails, a Facebook post, whatever campaign you're running on your daily, it will tell you the things you need to complete as part of that campaign. Marketing suite of newsletters, postcards, and other mailers, presentations, and social media posts. You can design flyers in there, you can design your postcards, you can do it all. We have the referral network I was referring to earlier with all the agents that you can connect with to give and receive referrals for client leads. It's a great place to connect beforehand and get to know some agents because then they can send you referrals also. The Command app is your pocket interface to your desktop version of Command. The app will remind you of things you need to do while storing all of your contacts and allowing you to make notes about your conversations. In addition, agents have full access to client data and can track their contacts and leads in real time. Agents also have ability to text contacts directly through the app. You'll have an opportunity to download and use the Command app once you're in Command. So you have your Command on your desktop, but you also have the nifty app in your phone that you can still take notes about your clients, text, call, and do all the things you need to do, and has your reminders there. This app is for your consumers and you. This is the consumer-facing counterpart to Command. Your contacts may search by neighborhood, zip code, school district, landmark, and more. Directly communicate with clients, keep track of showings, and be the first to know when clients start or stop their search. Buy, sell, and facilitate the entire transaction, all through your personally branded KW app. We'll walk through a process to download and brand your KW app on day 3 of Ignite. So if you haven't got your app up and running yet, try to be at day 3. And then another feature of KW technology is the partnership with DocuSign to integrate their document management platform in Command. DocuSign offers a secure digital workspace where you store your documents and get forms signed by clients. If you're not familiar with DocuSign, I'd love to talk about that, and you can email me and we can go over it. So these numbers, of course, my screen's blocking them. Hold on, let me move you guys over. These numbers are from October. I didn't have the year to date since we just are starting a new year. But in October, we had closed units of 700. This is just for the Southern Oregon Market Center. This isn't for the whole network. I just pulled our numbers. So if you're in another area, your numbers will be different. But year to date, we had 743 closed units, closed volume of $250,425,904, 443 listings taken at a volume of $158,429,154. So much talking. We have 398 listings sold, and we have $133,782,392 in listing volume sold. We had 946 contracts written, which came out to $321,306,461 in written contracts. Our closed gross commission income was $5,520,825. So what do those numbers mean? It's just kind of the health report, the wellness package of the Market Center. And you can ask your team leader for a wellness package at any point. So if you're just curious what the Market Center is doing and how the numbers are looking, go to your team leader and ask them for a wellness package. So yeah, that's basically all, sorry. And then
Is that year to date since January 1st?
Of last year, yes. We don't have the year to date up yet for
Got it.
November, December. We had a little bit of a chaotic couple months with the holidays, but those are probably available. I just haven't dug them up properly.
So Allison, what does the wellness package have in it?
So it has all of the numbers that I just gave you. So it has the closed units, closed volume, listings taken volume, listings sold volume, contracts written volume, and the closed GCI. So the gross commission income. So this is just a little bit of information about the Southern Oregon Market Center. The leadership team's a little different in the market centers up north, but for Medford, and everybody has Red Day on May 9th. That is across the board. So if you have an idea for Red Day, like I said a little bit earlier, get involved with the ALC to determine what activity you'd like to see us do to help the community. So our OP is Chris Suarez. Our team leader here in Medford is Kayri Imus. Our Market Center administrator is Sarah Luneski. She's our numbers girl. And our Market Center technology trainer is Brittany. So our ALC members, that's the Agent Leadership Committee, is Carly Kruger, myself, Erica Abel, and Deidre Waddell. So these are all people that are great to connect with, and we can help you with questions, or if you want, the ALC is a great program to get involved in if you want to be part of the leadership of Keller Williams, and they vote on the ALC once a year. So this will be the ALC for this year, but you can always come to us, give us your thoughts, opinions, all of those things. Another of KW's values is their profit share and growth share. You heard about profit share when you joined and chose a sponsor. When you chose a sponsor, you automatically become a part of the profit share system and made your sponsor eligible to share in their Market Center's profit share. So what exactly is profit share? It's completely, entirely, wholly, and absolutely passive income. What is passive income? It's money you receive without doing anything actively to earn it. That's pretty cool. Keller Williams designed a system for you to share in the profits of the company like an owner would, without any personal risks or investing any capital. This means there's no financial risk, there's no legal risk, there's no down payment, and no phone calls to be made. Who benefits? You and your family and your heirs. Yes, you can pass the income on to your heirs. your market center and the people you influence to join Keller Williams by helping the market center grow and helping other real estate agents benefit from all the value KW provides. Keller Williams leadership, associates, and leadership as a whole. There's also Growth Share, which allows you to help grow the company outside of the United States and Canada. Any KW associate can participate in and reap the rewards of both Growth Share and Profit Share. We discussed a lot about the value of KW in your market center. Does anyone have any ahas or questions for me? Such a quiet group today. In this section, we'll explore many more resources that KW has to offer. So we have Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered. More about these companies will be brought up in later days, but it is something that we offer. It's an affiliated business arrangement for financing, and they'll get into all the details. The goal of Keller Williams is to keep you, the agent, at the center of the home buying and owning experience. Keller Williams Realty has been joined by KW Worldwide, Keller Mortgage, Keller Covered, and Keller Offers to make sure that you are at the center of the home buying experience and the center of the entire life of the home ownership experience. When we bring up these companies, especially Keller Mortgage, it's important to follow the RESPA, Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act guidelines. I'm going to read a little disclaimer here. Pursuant to RESPA, Keller Williams Agents Associates must provide an ABA disclosure to the consumer at or before any referrals made to Keller Mortgage. And there is a website where you can get some more information on RESPA. Inform participants they will learn, you guys will learn more about this later on in Ignite, but it's basically making your clients aware that there is affiliated business arrangement. They don't have to use Keller Mortgage, but it is a company we work closely with. And we always want to tell people that. So that's a little slide about those. So moving on, we will talk about Keller Williams striving to meet all the needs of all their associates, including those who solely specialize in a niche of real estate. There are agents who choose to only help clients with commercial needs, such as an office building, retail space, multi-unit apartments, hotels, etc. Other agents are finding great success catering to clients in sports and entertainment fields. KW provides communities for these specialties along with targeted services and marketing. Agents who become members of one or more of these communities may be offered additional resources such as marketing materials designed specifically for them. So Keller Williams, this is also something you can find in Command. They do have communities of agents that work in certain areas only, and they can connect and work together. Is there anyone that is interested in this kind of thing so far? I mean, you might not have honed in on that, but.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in doing several of those. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. What would it look like for someone to get a part of one of those communities? I mean, is it as simple as just saying, hey, I want to, do that, or does it kind of require something else?
No, if you go into KW Command, you can find the communities that they offer, and then you just basically join them and start joining the discussion. I know some have Facebook pages, some just do a referral network. So it's really that simple of getting involved in that. If you want to specialize in commercial or developments, those are great. The communities are great, but also connecting with an agent in your area with Keller Williams that's doing that and kind of asking for knowledge and maybe shadowing them is also another great way to get into the niche you want to get into.
Okay.
And we kind of just talked a little bit about that, so I'm going to skip the ahas. Now's the fun part. After being introduced to all Keller Williams has to offer, it's time to focus on you and your goals, your dreams, and your vision. What drew you to this career? What excites you about this career? What do you intend to achieve for yourself and your family? Let's visualize where you can be 1 year from now. And I always tell people, take a minute to write that down. So kind of think about those questions and where you want to be 1 year from now. I'm going to give you a few minutes to just make a note to yourself. We don't have to share it. It can be just for you. I'm going to go to the next slide, but if you have more to write, feel free to keep writing. But this goes along those lines. So today is 1 year from now. Let's imagine it's 1 year from today. You'll want to write down in your participant guide that this is what's happened over the last 12 months as you look back and reflect. Your business is thriving and your life is everything you dreamed of. Your customers rave about the experience and value you provide and think of you when they have real estate needs. Your family and friends are so proud of your success and are constantly referring business your way. You're helping others live their dream of owning a home because you are focused on helping them get what they desire. You're building the foundation and momentum for your entire career and gaining relationships and experiences and the income you desire. You are the top agent in your market center or rookie of the year if you're new. Rookie of the year is a great feeling. You're poised to hire a part-time assistant to handle your 80% while you take care of the 20% that grows your business. You're on the path to, and you kind of just did fill in the rest. If you have anything more to say with those, if those inspired anything else, take a minute to write those down now. So on this next part, this may look familiar if you took Carly Kruger's class a couple weeks ago, but let's expand our thinking beyond 1 year. For example, what are you doing for the people you care about? What charities would you like to support? How would you make the lives of yourself and everyone around you better? For this next activity, we're going to take a few minutes to complete this chart that's on page 1.16 in your book. And we're going to, in the boxes around the middle, fill in people and projects you most care about and add boxes if you need to. So you can kind of see the example that they have donations on there. They have pay off their mom and dad's mortgage or get, somebody through school. Add any amount that you would like to spend on each. For example, you want to pay for both your children's college tuition or pay off your home and your car or donate money to the local soccer field, put it on there. Finally, add up all the numbers along with what you need for your own lifestyle, debt and investments, and write this number in the middle box. Don't limit yourself. Avoid thinking I'll never be able to afford $120,000 in tuition. Just put it in what you desire to spend. Ignite is about working on the skills and habits that will get you what you want. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to do this chart and figure out your number of your life you envision. It's important to establish a mindset of caring and gratitude along with your goals at the beginning of this journey and into your future. Just take a couple more minutes on that. Okay, so even jobs that you love have moments where you'll struggle to find motivation. During Ignite, you'll learn a lot about the ins and outs and how to find and keep business. You learn everything you need to know to get a deal to the closing table, and the more connected you are with what you do with your success, the more success you'll find. To achieve success, you need motivation and inspiration for doing it, your big why. As you go through Ignite, look at the ways you're limiting your own success and remove those barriers you're putting in your way. Be especially aware of those limiting beliefs that we talked about that can creep in if you're not careful. Connect to your goals and push through and achieve your goals. At KW, we believe in thinking big. We never limit ourselves by thinking average or anything less than big. Everyone has a big why. Your big why is what you're most passionate about. And along with your mindset and attitude, it is what drives you. What stirs your soul? Think beyond your business. What really drives you? Is it money, freedom, providing for your family, college tuition for your children, building a legacy for your future, supporting a charity? What is it for you? Take a moment and write down what your big why is. I'll just share with you, mine has always been the same for 10 years since I joined Keller Williams. When I first started real estate, my big why has always been debt-free equals freedom. And sometimes I achieve it and sometimes I don't, but I always keep it there in my mind to work on. So take a minute and think of yours. Okay, so the answer to those questions is your big why. Anyone can achieve the goals set in this course, but not everyone will. The journey requires discipline and commitment to follow the models, systems, and a schedule every day. It requires passion towards something bigger than the task at hand and using your big why. First, have a big why that's built around your passion. Then follow the models you'll learn in this course, keep doing it, and achieve success. Once you have a strong enough big why, the how doesn't matter. To achieve success, you need motivation and inspiration for doing it, your big why, and to fuel your big why will take money, an income goal. So right now we're going to talk about where the money goes. So when we get the commission dollars, where do they go? In the last activity, you estimated how much you'd like to earn to pay for the things that are most important to you. First, let's get real about how commissions work. Many new agents get their check for the first closing, pocket it all, it's an exciting amount of money, and then get in trouble down the line. Let's talk about where the money goes and how much will actually be going toward your goal. These numbers are very general and are only meant as an example. Actual amounts will vary, especially if you're on a team. That changes things a bit. So let's see if my slide will work for me here. 50-50 commission split is typical between the buyers and sellers agent. So the listing agent gets half and you get half. After that, about a third goes to the market center to cover fees and franchise royalty and company dollar. Another third goes back into your business to cover your expenses like signs, car, phone, and anything else needed to conduct and grow your business. This is how much you'd like to save and pay in taxes. And, you know, everyone does that differently. Speak to a tax specialist, but always pay your taxes. And then finally, you get your share. That is a lot of different things to think about and how you're not going to see that full commission. Here's an important habit to start now. Put money away for your taxes religiously. If you have been a business owner in the past or worked for yourself in the past, you understand that. It's an important habit. You don't want to have a year's worth of work wiped out because you failed to plan accordingly for taxes. Is that what you'd expect to hear about a commission? I know some people before they get into real estate hear that it's easy money or big money. Is anybody surprised by those statistics or those examples? Nope. Okay, we'll just move on. How many houses must you help buy or sell in the next 12 months to reach your income goal? So what we'll do is we will know the average, you'll take the average sales price in your market and the average commission rate, which around here is about 2.5 in this area. And then you want to know your gross commission income per transaction. So that's what your commission will be to start off with. So once again, your commission is not take home pay. You still have your business expenses and your market center expenses. So for your net income goal of $100,000 with an average commission of $9,000 before taxes, you'll estimate, save, and pay your own taxes as a business owner 4 times a year. So those quarterly taxes. This is not an accounting course. A is your annual income net goal, how much money you want to make this year before taxes and operating expenses. B is the maximum amount you can expect to pay the market center. C are your business expenses. D is your total GCI, which is the total of A, B, and C added together. This is how much money you'll need to earn from transactions to pay the market center and still hit your net income goal. E is an average GCI per transaction, for example. So gross commission income is GCI, if anyone's wondering. And finally, F is how many transactions you'll need to hit your goal based on your average GCI. To get this number, you divide D and E. Does anyone have any questions? Because I know that's a lot to kind of take in. No? Okay, so what we'll do now is if you have that number amount that you worked on, you will be able to go in and figure out your net income goal, your company dollar and royalty cap, business expenses, and total gross commission, your average commission, and your annual transaction goal. So if you want to take a few minutes and try to figure out how many transactions you will need to get that number that you've figured out for your ideal life, that would be the time to do it now. We'll give you a few minutes. And at the end, if you feel like sharing how many transactions you'll need, feel free to voice that.
Allison, I have a quick question about company dollar and royalty cap.
Mm-hmm.
So the company dollar and royalty cap, is that your commission split plus the cap, or what is that?
Yeah, that is the well, your cap is for an individual agent, I believe, $12,000, and then you have your monthly fees. And this is just an example, so that number isn't like, dead set. That's probably for 15 is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
So like yours would be, let's see. Let's see here. Let's do some math. I haven't had
Yes.
enough yet. So you're looking about $13,200 if you're not contributing to KW Cares or anything like that.
So is that with, and then you've got your
That's with the
MLS and
monthly-
board.
Oh yeah, and then your MLS and all that, yeah. Mary, did you have a number of transactions for the year?
Interestingly enough, I have 20, but,
Spot
um,
on.
but my numbers are a little different than those.
Yeah,
Right.
everybody's numbers will be a little more individual.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could you show me how the math is going on? Because
Oh, yeah,
my
of
numbers is totally wrong.
Okay, so what you'll do is you will first, let me just find it on here so I get it right. So you will add A, B, and C together. To get the GCI. And then you will divide D in by E.
For new agents, it's really hard to know what the average commission would be and that sort of thing.
Yeah, um, that is hard. So usually I just take like the average price of homes that I'm selling and I'll just divide it by by 2.5%. Or figure out 2.5% for it. So say you know that you're working with mostly like $400,000 homes. Just figure out 2.5% and then go on that for the commission. Is everyone comfortable moving forward, or are we still working on our numbers?
I have a question.
Yes.
So with this calculation, you don't consider the taxes right out of this, right? Because
Right.
that would be from the net income goal coming
Yes.
out from, okay.
So this is your gross commission income. I'll just give you a couple more minutes and then we'll move on.
What? Huh.
Okay, so basically that's an introduction to goal setting, meant to motivate you to reach your income goal by knowing what it takes. And you can fine tune these numbers and take a little bit longer if you'd like on your own and figure out exactly how many transactions are going to be your goal. So for now, we're going to file this and revisit goal setting in more depth near the end of Ignite when you have a little bit more knowledge under your belt and when you've learned a whole lot more. Does anyone want to discuss any ahas or any realizations they had as far as that brief kind of introduction to goal setting? Did it change the way you were thinking about your numbers at all? Okay, well, we'll just move on with no ahas from you guys, so quiet. So every day at Ignite, 2 hours will be spent in learning these lessons and 2 hours will be spent on your business. So it's expected that you will be utilizing some of these tools on your own to be working on your business as you go through and learn them. The goal of Ignite is to equip you with mindset, skills, and tools you need to secure your first appointment and reach a successful close on the buying or selling of a house. Your daily success system includes the essential daily lead generation activities to get there. The daily goal of your Ignite experience are 10 conversations, 10 contacts added to your database, 10 handwritten notes. Utilize the 10-5-1 model for social media engagement and other enrichment offered at the end of each lesson you'll learn more about as we move through Ignite. The first job of a real estate agent is lead generation. The activity of generating leads is the foundation of your business. Your 2%, I'm going to assume that's supposed to say your 20%. In addition, practicing conversations and dialogues will prepare you for confidence and success. Keller Williams has a lot of scripts that you can download and practice to help initiate those conversations and get the ball rolling while making you look like a very knowledgeable real estate agent while you're learning. Success is measured in appointments, signed agreements, signed contracts, and closed transactions. Of course, before we get involved in conversations with contacts and lead generating, we must remember to comply with the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. Do not call regulations. We review this in every Ignite session because it's critical that you protect yourself and your market center from legal action. So I'm going to read kind of a legal notice verbatim, so it might be a little bit, but every day in class we'll make calls to people we know and are connected to before you make any calls or texts. Please remember to honor the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and do not call lists, including those of your market center and state. If you have any questions or concerns about this, please consult your market center or an attorney to ensure compliance. Also check any market center and state. Do not call lists. Refer to the guidelines in your participation guide for more details. These guidelines are for your protections as well as the protection of your clients. So, well, I'll let you guys read the actual legal doc so I don't sit here and read it to you, but I'll read you these steps. Subscribe to the registry. The registry is hosted on a dedicated website. Your market center should subscribe to the registry and provide you with login credentials. Note that it's a violation of federal law to make any telemarketing calls without access to the registry. Check before you call. Before making a call, check to see if the consumer is on the registry. If the consumer is on the registry, do not call. Update your call list regularly. Delete all numbers in the registry from your list at least every 31 days. So once a month, you kind of want to hone in on your list. Honor consumer requests. Never call a consumer that's requested to be placed on your personal or your market center do not call list. All consumer do not call requests must be placed on a list and honored permanently, unless the consumer subsequently consents to be called. Know the state and federal laws. Know that in addition to federal laws, many states also have laws governing telemarketing. Make sure you're familiar and compliant with your state's laws. Does anyone have any questions about that? And if you, oh, Cassie, go ahead.
Yeah, the do not call, I haven't got anything about the registry. I mean, I would assume that we should have logins.
Yes, so I'll get with Brittany to get you guys the login sent out after this class.
Thank you.
I'm gonna write that down so I remember to do it after we're done here. Okay, so powerful conversations get results. The daily success system requires that we talk to people every day. It's important to know what to say and what will help you get throughout Ignite. You'll have conversations of care and gratitude. You'll check in with people. You will offer value and assistance. Notice I didn't say you were calling to ask if they need to buy or sell, did I? No, because there's a better way to gain confidence and to stay in touch with people. So when they think of real estate, they think of you. Conversations strengthen relationships. Do explain why it's important to understand the power of words we use and the importance of practicing conversations every day. So the power of our words, just as the doctor learns anatomy before working with patients, agents must prepare to have meaningful conversations with clients. So when we call our clients, we want to be giving them value. So using purposeful language helps you get to the end point, an appointment and a closed transaction. Knowing and practicing what to say helps you communicate your value and provide value to the lead or client. Proper conversations include powerful questions, help you uncover motivations from the buyer and seller, and identify any objections so you can address them up front. Practicing conversations allows you to have a thought-out response that delivers a powerful message in a way that a consumer will best understand and be able to utilize. Practicing allows you to ask questions in a way that people will be able to quickly share the information you need to serve them better. Practice internalization helps you gain confidence. So when you're calling a client to offer them a CMA or see how you can help them in some way, make sure you are prepared to speak on the subject you're calling on, and also find out how you can help them. How can I serve you? How can I bring you value? What can I do for you? That is a great way, even if you're a shy person, that you don't feel like you're calling asking for something. You're calling to give them value and add value to their day. So we want to go ahead and review the phrases on the slide. Did you find everything you were looking for? Go ahead, look around, and please let me know how I can help you. I see you admiring that big screen TV. Are you looking to get one for the big game this weekend? Who's ever heard these phrases or one similar? Raise your hand for the people I can see. What are some other examples of phrases you hear in the real estate industry, or have you heard before in the real estate industry? Anyone have any? I can share a couple. People will say, how's the market? And then, we always have to respond to that. And then a lot of times we'll say, come to my open house. There's things that we often say trying to market ourselves as realtors. So the phrases on the slide are typically well known and commonly used in sales and service industries. These phrases and the ones that are real estate focused are only successful when combined with a person's knowledge of the industry, whether it's electronics, clothing, or real estate. These questions should be seen as a tool that are essential to getting your job done. Always aim to be 100% customer oriented throughout the entire conversation. After all, we are working for our clients. We are there to represent our clients. In Ignite, we'll have conversations with people we know and have an implicit relationship to remain in contact. We call these people our sphere of influence, or our SOI. Your sphere of influence are people you've met and they know you and trust you and they respect you. They are most likely to help you. After all, people like to do business with those they know, trust, and respect. The contacts in your phone are a good place to look for your sphere. Your sphere of influence is more than just family and friends. Would you prefer to do business with people you know, trust, and respect? Or do you think friends and acquaintances would use you as their realtor that they know and trust? According to the National Association of Realtors, which we refer to as NAR, 66% of sellers and 41% of buyers found their agent through a friend, neighbor, or relative, or used an agent they've worked with before. It costs nothing to call the people you already know. It requires fewer contacts and less effort to ask them for their business or to refer a friend or family. So who do you know going through a life event that may lead to a move? Who does not know that you're a real estate agent yet? Who have you not spoken to in the last 2 weeks? Those are great people to hone into as you start working on your sphere. So we are going to look at this graph. It's pretty simple. Every 7 to 10 years, NAR has found that the average person will make a move. The peaks are the moment the person moves. As soon as they purchase, the likelihood of the move falls into that trough. And over time, the likelihood of a move builds back up again. Your job is to have a relationship with the homeowners, with them throughout their homeownership. So you are top of mind when they're beginning to consider a move. They know someone else who is a real estate, or know someone else who has a real estate need. So you want to be top of mind when they think of real estate. You want them to think of you. If you don't talk to them for 8 years after a deal, why would they call you first when they're ready to move? A lot of people just get a new agent because their agent didn't keep in contact after the deal closes. So that's where sending a 1-year anniversary card or asking for referrals comes in handy, just to stay connected to people and remind them that you are a working real estate agent. And how would you feel if your friends only called you when they wanted something from you? Would you feel like they cared about you? Do you trust people that you think care about your money more than you? Do you want to talk to them and do business with them? Of course not. This is why we stay in contact with people consistently over time. When you continually offer value, they will be the ones reaching out when you're ready to make a move. So you'll want to add 5 to 7 people from your sphere to the WAVES model in the participation guide that's based on your book here, and ask the following questions. Who do they know that has recently moved? Who might be thinking about moving soon? And who is somewhere in the middle? That will start kind of your guide to working your sphere. So go ahead and take a minute to write those down, 5 to 7 people. Okay, so we are going to move on to talking about the Ford model. And the Ford model is a simple conversation tool. We'll use a lot of this throughout Ignite. So you're going to have several conversations with another participant in class. This is beginning of practicing conversations, which you will engage with every day of your real estate career. So this is kind of hard on Zoom. So I think I'll just we'll talk through it aloud. You'll want to be able to ask questions about family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So would somebody like to kind of go back and forth with me as I ask these questions instead of pairing up over Zoom?
I'll do it with you.
Okay, perfect. So we'll just start out and we'll just role play here. So I'm your agent and I just ran into you or I just called you on the phone. We haven't spoken a few months and I simply asked, how's your family doing?
They're doing fantastic. How about yours?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. I heard that you just had a new baby. How's that going for you?
Why did I think I wanted to start over again?
Right. It's a lot of work, but they're totally worth it. Are you still working at the ABC company?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Been
And you're
there
still
8 years.
enjoying that?
I'm sorry, what?
And you're still enjoying that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got to after being there as long as I did or have been.
That's great. And are there any changes happening in work for you or your spouse?
I just got promoted to management a couple months ago.
That is so great. That is wonderful to hear. I'm glad you're having so much success. Did you ever get that boat you were talking about getting?
Not yet. Still looking. I'm too picky.
Yeah, that happens. So you're just still renting them.
Yeah,
And then so I know once we talked about you retiring into the mountains. Is that still your goal and your dream?
absolutely. A little cabin on lots of acres.
Wow. Okay. So that's really cool. So that is kind of the examples of ways you can bring up those conversations. Thank you, Cassie, for participating with me.
Yep.
And it's really just kind of like, obviously, if it's someone you know in your sphere, those questions go in a little more depth and they take longer to have. But this is a way that you're calling someone and not just going into, hey, do you have any leads for me? Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you investing? It's kind of building that bond with them that you care about their life outside of just their purchase. And those people that you connect with on that level will get you some referrals and send people your way because they know you care about your client. So on your own time and not on Zoom, it's great if you pair up with someone and kind of practice having those conversations. Anyone have any thoughts on the Ford method?
I personally think it literally works just about every time. I did something similar basically in insurance sales that I did for 10 years. I mean, and you can learn so much. And oh, well, we just got rid of 2 cars to be able to buy a minivan. Oh, well, it doesn't look like I have the minivan on there. Let's get things swapped out. Oh, and now you're down to 1 car. Maybe we need to talk about rental reimbursement. I mean, it really does open up a lot of the avenues and make little notes as you go because then you can do like an overview.
And a side note is there is space to make those notes in command under your contact too. So you can have those notes. So when you call them back, say they just had a baby or changed jobs, you say, oh, how's that going? Last time we talked, this was going on with you. So command makes that really easy to track also. An example of something like that happened with me is that I had a friend I was kind of just chatting with, and she said, oh yeah, my father-in-law needs to sell. He needs a smaller place. And I instantly was like, well, I can help you with that, and got that deal because of just using the Ford model. So it really does work, as Cassie was saying.
It really works. I think if you're watching like social media with your friends and stuff and you see them like posting about moving their mom and dad into a retirement home or, the kids have left home or whatever. And just instead of making a comment on Facebook, pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, congratulations, you're an empty nester. What are you going to do with all that space?
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
for sure. It's just a
So
way to
good.
connect. So each day in Ignite, you grow in how you think, feel, act, and implement what you've learned. From learning and ahas, you move toward achievement of your big life. And that's what we're here for, right? To achieve our big goals. So in your participant guide, I'm sorry, you can write down how you've grown in the areas from today, what you've learned, what you're going to utilize, and we'll kind of share if that's okay with everyone and see, if there's common areas that everyone kind of picked up on or things that you want to reflect on together. So go ahead and take 2 minutes. And then if anyone's ready to share what they plan on utilizing in their business, feel free to shout it out.
I really have to go with Mary's point on the Facebook thing. I have so many friends and family members. That's how I kind of keep up what's going on with them. And I love the don't just comment, call.
Yeah.
Never
out.
thought of that. That's genius.
It is important to connect more than just virtually. I think we forget that sometimes because it is like having your friends and family right there, Like, oh, I commented. Anyone else?
So I really love I do it every year on my vision board for setting my goals for the next year. But I really loved some of your wording for your vision, your future, because I think it's really powerful to have that written down. I actually type it out and put it into my my day planner.
Do you want
And
to
I
share?
read-
I've seen your vision, what you do with your day planner. Do you want to share that with the group? Because I think it's really great.
Oh, yeah, I can. Hang on just a second. I have to stop this fake background. So let me see. Virtual background. None. So now you can see my office. Our daughter does paint and sips, and she's also a Keller Williams agent, so in Grants Pass. So she does paint and sips. So that's the Sasquatch UFO painting that she did, which is really bizarre. But every year I do a journal for the year, and my journal this year has asked me about real estate on the back of it. But in the inside cover, I put together my vision for my business, and it really took a twist this year as I combined both my one-on-one coaching and my training program with real estate and how they blend together. So connecting them both together is going to be an interesting twist in my life, but I think it will work. And then on the back side, I put my own personal vision for my life. And so as you're sitting on hold or doing the many things that you do throughout the day, you can look at it and say, oh yeah, that's it. It's time to go to Kauai with the family and live a happier life and blah, blah, blah. But I also type out a thing, which I haven't put in this particular notebook, but I did last year. And that is, I type out this is what I want my life to look like. And I type it out with kind of a welcome to our home and what our life is like this year type thing. And with having that written out in a visualization, it is amazing how that works. And
I thought that was a really great way to always have it with you when you shared that with me before. And as you go through Ignite, like having those goals that are going to help you figure everything out and drive you to succeed in on the days that you don't feel like doing the activities. Having your goals right in front of you laid out helps inspire and motivate.
Well, I just thought that writing it out for January 25 of next year, I did, but I didn't build in enough of how real estate would impact my journey throughout the year. So to be able to focus in on, you know, hey, I'm writing my check for my royalty cap.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
can
stuff like that.
Always add in. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to share? Okay, so we've kind of flown through this because there wasn't too many chatty Cathys in this group, but we will kind of talk about preparing for your next session. So we are going to learn about our daily success system time, where we work in our business together while supporting one another beginning tomorrow. So every day in Ignite, your daily success system will consist of 20 minutes of role play conversations with a partner, 10 minutes of preparing a call list for the day, 45 minutes real play. Make contact and have conversations with as many people as possible, while the goal of establishing, nurturing those valued relationships. So when people are ready to buy or sell, you're the person they think of. 30 minutes of updating your database with information gathered from your conversations and follow up on any promises made. This is not in the notes here, guys. Updating your database is so important. As an agent, I cannot stress that enough, because the more contacts you make, the more you're going to have to manage, and Command really makes it easy for you if you utilize it. So that's just a personal note that'll help you out. These activities are the daily habits of success, and we complete them every day. You'll continue with this rhythm on your daily success for the rest of your career for daily success. Have your mindset tuned to success, and we'll cover the job competencies of an agent and get you started on your daily success systems. Your call to action before tomorrow's session is to make sure you have your account login for Connect and for Command. If you don't, please reach out to your MCA. Ours is Brittany here in Southern Oregon. If it's your first time, you'll need to set the password for yourself. Memorize your password so you can easily get into Connect and Command every day. If you need help, like I said, you get with your Market Center tech trainer. So basically you'll have to have the access to your database for tomorrow and Connect and Connect Live, and you'll be set to go. So as these AHA slides are haunting me today, but as we wrap up, is there anything else on this session that you want to talk about? And I'll kind of say this quick review on the new ways of thinking, the value of mindset, and your 6 personal perspectives, on our culture, our mission, Red Day, on KW Value, which is our Global Reach Statistics Awards, Command Connect and Connect Live, KW Resources and Specialties, the communities that we talked about a little bit, your career vision, your net income and appointments goal for the next 12 months. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about on here? Nope, no speaking up. So some things to think about, since we're not a big group of talkers, is how your mindset feels right now going into Ignite, because today's kind of just the launch. We'll have some activities for you tomorrow. If you have any concerns, we'll want to think about those and address those, and you can address those privately if you like. The things you want to utilize. And then I just want to say thank you for joining me today. Thank you to the people that shared and contributed. That was awesome. And I look forward to working with you all.
Thanks, Allison. I really appreciate you.
Not a problem. And this is, I mean, it's a little shorter today, but we got through all the info. So feel free, if you don't want to talk on Zoom, to give me a call.
Thank you.
Okay. Everyone have a good day.